Juanita, with her garden was her self care in her toxic, less than ideal situation. She found something within what she had to give her peace. So that's why I made the candle after that. And it's tomato vine, it's rosemary, it's citrus, and so it evokes like a nice. And I do a lot of gardening, but it evokes like a nice calming peace of mind. Like chaos could be going on, but at least right here, like everything's a little bit peaceful. But it took her to the end of the movie to get her garden. You know what I'm saying? She had to go through a lot of crap to get her garden. But that's my favorite part of that movie, even though I don't really, you know, the movie's terrible.
I could ask you questions and dive deeper into your mind, and I want to be able to make intentional time for the brand. So I have three questions here, right? The three questions are going to be about how self care became a business for you. The second one is going to be about intentions and just like some of the, I guess, the values within the brand. And then my third question is going to be about like culture and some of the things that you mentioned here earlier. So I'll just start with my first question. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, so before West 89 was a brand, what was missing in your own self care routine that made you start making candles in the first place?
So, what was missing for me in my own self care routine was having a space. So, prior to the pandemic, literally January of 2020, I moved back in with my parents.
Okay.
And then the pandemic hit, and it was supposed to be something that was just supposed to be like a few months. But of course, it ended up being like 7 months, but it still was like I didn't have my own space, and I really needed to have my own space. The other thing that I was missing was me being consistent with my self care rituals. And this is not the only reason, but a part of the reason why I wasn't being consistent because I'm literally my little sister is home, both my like my mom, my stepdad, my son, we're all here. Nobody's going anywhere. So I was outside on my parents' front yard with a yoga mat and some beach sand, pretending like I was on the beach.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I just need something like soothing to be able to clear my mind. And it's nothing in that house when everybody is there that will allow me to do that. And so from there, I watched a YouTube video of people making candles, and I was like, oh, I didn't realize that it was easy, meaning you melt the wax, you put the fragrance oil in it, you let it sit, and then you can burn it. Of course, it's way more things that go into it, but like at the basis, I was like, I know that I could do that. And so I bought a little kit, and I moved. At this point, I had moved into my apartment, and I just kind of started getting inspired, like just listening to a lot of music, which is something that I always do. But sometimes I listen to music, I have to listen to it in three parts. I listen to the beat first, then I listen to the lyrics, and then I gotta go back and listen to the ad libs to make sure that I'm hearing the song. And for the fourth time now, I'm listening to it in its totality. Yeah. And trying to figure out like how can I take that and put it into something that can keep me calm. And another thing that I was missing was giving myself grace to be like not where I wanted to be. Okay. And that's okay. That was okay for where I was, at that point 5 years ago. Now I don't wake up. There's not a morning I wake up where I don't turn a candle, I don't light a candle, I don't burn incense. That is the first thing that I do when I wake up in the morning, no matter what time it is. I'm burning the incense. I want to sleep with the incense. I'm spraying down my furniture with my room spray. That is helping me to stay sane. And I work remotely from home. Like my full time job, I work remote. So I leave the house, but not too often. So it has to just feel a lot of warmth in my home for me to not get stir crazy because I'm in a house all the time. Yeah. So I get to play around with like a lot of scents. Of course, a lot of them I've not come out with, but mixing stuff or just playing around with stuff and then just making sure that my home smells like something. That's the weirdest thing to me. Somebody come in their house and they don't say nothing about how it smells. To me, that's a bad joint.
That's no. When you say it like that, I can feel that though. It's like, oh yeah,
It's
real regular.
It's regular.
It's real regular.
It's like it would smell stale. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? Like
Yeah,
that
that's
stuff like you
feeling.
haven't cleaned in a while. What's
Stale.
going on? So no, like it has to be something. As
Yeah.
soon as you open up my front door to my porch, I got an incense burning or a candle burning out there. And I have a 2-year-old, so I'm in the middle of holiday training, so you know.
Yeah. Keep it
smells
fresh.
right. Yeah,
Refined.
right in here
That's
anyway.
right.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah. And I mean, like you said, like when you mentioned this routine, you know, the first thing I thought about was I'm a big advocate for just like self development and you know my own just well being. You know, advocate for my highest version of self, if you will, right? And I learned that you know to get the brain really moving and get that cortisol off the brain and all that last night off your brain, cleaning. Oh, yeah, cleaning is really good for that. So I could just imagine you setting that environment for the with the intention of like having a direction in your day.
For sure. And I think a lot of people that I come in contact with, either when I'm selling or even like some friends and family, they don't like incense. And I'm like, my dad is Muslim. I grew up with incense. He burns incense. He will burn incense all the time. But you know, incense, like they put off a lot of smoke. They could be potentially hazardous with the amount of smoke that they put off for somebody who's like asthmatic or else like sensitive to allergies. So a lot of feedback is like, I don't really like the incense because they put off too much smoke and it irritates my allergies. And it's like, I'll give you this. Try it and let me know what you think. And the response I had to aunt, she has very terrible allergies, but she uses my incense all the time. Like she buys them, and to me, it like really speaks to that the quality is very different. It's very different. I don't mean to like brag, but it's a really big difference in the quality of my products and then other products that you might think it's the same, but it's not the
Really
same.
not though.
It's not the same.
I'm happy you mentioned that because you know I burn incense all the time, but I do, and I'll throw my shade. They got the ones at the corner store, that one brand with the squiggly lines and the different colors on them. And anytime I see them Jones in somebody's crib, I'll be like, do not burn those while I'm here. Because like you said, you can, the smoke and the debris and the dye it leaves in your house. I mean, it's totally out of pocket.
Yeah, and even with my dad burning the incense that he would get from 52nd Street, or just like, you know, the local man who's going around with him, even they started smelling all the same to me. Like it's not really a big difference.
Cool ice or black ice.
And like it didn't matter if he was burning like Nag Champa or something with like jasmine. It just has like a very distinct incense smell.
Yep.
Whereas my incense, they all smell like how they're supposed to. Like the scent that I'm telling you, this is what the scent is. That's what it smells like, and they're clean burning, so you don't have to worry about like toxins lingering in your air. That's like a big thing. Well, I always tell people, I understand if you don't want to purchase a candle from me, but please don't purchase it from like a Walmart, Bath and Body Works, a Yankee, Target. It's so hazardous, and that's why they can sell them as inexpensively as they can because they don't care about what they're doing to you whatsoever. They don't care. But yeah, so I try to, and I try to like give education too. I think everybody likes to burn a candle with incense or reed diffuser, something to make it smell good. I don't think everyone knows how important it is to pay attention to the materials and the ingredients that are being used to make these products. Once you pay attention to that, I think the shopping experience will be a little bit more defined, like almost like you'll know what you're going on. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like you can go in there in a Bath and Body Works and be taken away by the smell. Like I'm not gonna lie, I do use their laundry detergent to wash my curtains and stuff like in my like my floor mats and stuff like my welcome mats and my couch pillows. I use Bath and Body Works laundry detergent for that. I would never use a candle though. Gotcha. 100%. Like it's paraffin wax. It's very toxic. I wouldn't use a laundry detergent to wash my clothes, but just to get
because it's not on your. That's a good point because that stuff's not really on you.
So I like the smell of it, but I don't want it to be on my person. I might get breakout. You know what I'm saying? But on my curtains, it helps with my candle, me spraying down my room sprays with my on my couch or the curtains. but it has a nice scent that it started with too.
No, you're inspiring me a lot, man, because as you talk, you're just reminding me of how much degree of knowledge goes into this and how it is you could cross over that knowledge into other industries.